Hello, I'm Aaron and welcome back to the Laststandgamers channel. So today we're doing the final tour of the Volcanic server. Now this server has been quite spectacular. We've seen some glorious battles, we've had some fun action and some really cool PvP events. So I want to take a look around what the players have been building for one final time, and I want to do it a little bit differently. I want to jump around and just kind of get a feel for everything that's going on. See what players have been working on, both large and small. So we're actually over here having a look at this outpost to start with. You can see there's two of these large, both royal and great ships in the red, white and blue colour scheme here. These look absolutely gorgeous. But we're just going to do pretty much a whistle-stop tour. So we're going to jump in, have a look at these places and see how they've evolved. So you can see this one's got a giant plunge miner in this section. It looks like a repainted sort of thing that we've looked at in a previous video. But we'll continue jumping on. So as I said, since this is like a whistle stop, I'm going to actually just jump to a lot of the bases. So you can see that we've got a semi-constructed base here. This one hasn't seen too much love in quite a while. I believe we might have popped back here before. You can see the floors have actually been used with LCD screens. A cool idea, but you can see still unconstructed. Player hasn't returned back to it. So let's keep jumping through. We've got APG. So APG is Apathy's little spawny craft. So you can see he's got this nice orange looking ship, a little platform there for him to do some building and working, and you can see he's even got a little cool Australian type cargo pod. Very nice indeed. Let's continue working our way on. So let's go to the Cylon. So we've got a Cylon Raider by Nightsa. Let's have a look what exactly is going on here. It seems like there's a lot loading on in this area. So as we move into this larger base, there's that little Cylon Raider down there. They've got a whole workshop. Let's actually have a dip outside and see what's going on. So you see this is a quite vast base network. We've got this lower floor with some of the larger ships. I believe this is the doorway that leads out onto the lava area. Very cool indeed. Got a really nice tower to it. A lot of these structures we have seen before, but this is probably the final evolution of them. You can see they've got a bunker network that leads through here. They've got various little fighters that part to different areas. And what have they actually got going on the surface? There's the production. And over here we've got a selection of ships. Now, when these guys have been building ships, they've been building them layer by layer. So you can see they've got quite a big one under construction there. So hopefully they'll have it finished by the end battle. But if not, they've got another large one here. Another quite big one over here. This looks like a Mark II of a ship that we've seen before. It's got a few ships spotted around it as well. And we've got one down there as well. And a nice little welding ship. Very cool indeed. Let's continue jumping through. So we have got ELD. So jumping over to ELD, let's see what's going on there. Some of these outposts might be quite small. Some of the times players might have given up, or something's happened between the faction, and you can see that this one's a little bit of a smaller hangar. What's going on there? There's a few small fighters there. We've got drills locked into place there, and let's have a look on the outside to see what's going on. So we've got this open area. Now we actually saw one of these ships in one of the larger battles, and it also looks like they've brought some salvage back from the admin faction and our various mini events. Very cool indeed. I've got some logos there on the door as well that's changing. Very cool little outpost there. Let's continue moving through. So we've had a look at ELD. Let's go to the IPA base. Tiny. Looks like someone started building and then either given up. We get that quite a lot. It's surprising. People want to take the challenge on and then they start building and go, you know what, I'll do it later. Or I'll try it another time. Or they join a faction and then the little base is left abandoned. So we've got Zur's little outpost here. Now, if I remember correctly, not too much has happened here. I think Zur's finished this off and he's probably just waiting for the end event on the server here. He's got a few helicopters. He's got a cool little piston door over on this side. Something we've seen before. A nice little outpost. Very clean as well looking. So let's jump back out of there and continue moving down our list. So away from Zur, let's go over to AMG. AMG, another starter little outpost there. You can see tucked in a little hole. Very cool. So some of the solo factions are surviving with very small outposts like that. Let's go to BDI. This is the big lug. Let's see what BDI are doing. So if we have a little roll around here, you can see they've got a large ship under production as well. Looks like they've got a drill one. Well, actually, a player's here working on one of the ships at this very moment in time. Looks like they're definitely prepping for the end event. They've got this large rusty one with this cool little ramp going around the back as well. Very cool little design. Looks like maybe a miner or a freighter. There's a lot of weapons on it though, so it could be some sort of gunship as well. Let's have a quick dip under the ground and see what they've got going. So they've got quite a basic underground structure. Very cool indeed. I've not seen too much of this one so far. So continuing on, we are heading past BDI and we're going to CDE. So let's have a look what CDE are up to. So they've got a ship that's under printing out front there. They've got a little blast door surrounded by missile launchers, a drill ship out there. And then we've got this network. We've looked at this in another video, so I won't bore you with it again, but you can see they've got a cool little compound going on here with various different areas. We've got cargo access there. Very cool. Let's jump through. So moving on, as the bird in the background goes absolutely mental, we have the DBS Base. Now, it'd be interesting to see if the DBS Base has come along too much because, oh, hang on, it's got loads of stuff coming along. Let's bring the camera around. So we've got 2 levels. We've got the large hangar down there with a giant ship in. Looks like there's a printing system down there. We've also got this hangar with the cargo storage above it. That looks like a very cool ship. I believe we've seen this one actually fight before. This might be a rebuild though, because the other one did get shot up quite a bit. And then up in the top area we've got some smaller fighters. Ooh, someone's left a projector on. Ooh, we'll be back there to remove that grid later. We don't allow any projectors to be left on because it does cause a lot of lag. And then they've got that big outer defensive structure here with the blast door, and that blast door is slightly ajar at the moment in time. Very cool indeed. Let's continue moving on. So moving past DBS, we have got ELD. The thing is with this server at the moment, there are so many active people on different bases. It is quite time consuming to actually have a look at them all. I'm going to try to have a good look at them all at this end one. So we've already been over here. You can see that there's just a different part of this base with a different name, and when I'm flicking through, that is something I run into. So we're going past ELD. Let's have a look at Fed. I wonder what Fed are up to. That's always quite an exciting little faction. They're always having new people join and crazy things happen to them. Oh yeah, they've got some good ships on the works here. So they've got this big black one with this neon green backing in the background. They've got this white and grey one that's under construction here. Very nice looking ships. They've got this one with all the decoys, red armour, very brightly coloured, but I guess it'll blend into the lava pit. We've got a little mini boat down here. Fantastic. I think we've seen that before. And then we've got the various hangars. This place has got a lot of doors. So we've got the golden fed door, and this leads us into this circular tube that now looks like it's been fully dug out, and this is in preparation for the final event. Definitely, these guys are going to be doing some work. Oh, actually there's a guy down here. Oh no, it's me. It's me. I think I used this base to spawn in. Lovely. Really nice. It's nice to see a base in its final form like that. It is sad to see it go, and I know a lot of people do get a little bit upset when the month comes to the end and the creations do get removed, but they have a chance to get some blueprints, and every season it means that you can better your designs. There we go. So 3D printer on the left. Fed's got a really cool base going on there. Let's jump down. So going past Fed, we had FML. So what is going on the FML compound? So has anything changed at the FML compound? That would be a good one. So the FML compound is one of the admin factions, I believe. I could be wrong. We've got various impounded ships. Yeah, I think this is the one that Obi's created to impound various ships that have broken the rules of the server. I'd have to ask him a little bit more details about it, because I mean, Obi does a lot of little fun RP things to make sure players are sticking to the rules. But you can see the various impounded ships that we found. We've even got an impounded door. Impounded antenna. What's inside? Yeah, definitely lovely construction. And then we've got a giant impounded ship, so players can fly past here, look at these things, and you know, wish that they hadn't broke the rules or damaged something. Or usually it's projectors left on that gets a lot of these ships seized. Let's continue moving on. Let me double check with FML as we go past as well, so just to make sure it is. Oh, it is Obi. Yeah, it's Obi. I thought it was. So we've got the G faction that we visited earlier. They've got the Great Revenge and the red, white and blue ships. We've got the JKP. Let's have a look what these guys are up to. So these have got another quite small ship taking place, but you can see it needs some work, it needs some love, but it could be ready for the final battle if they continue drilling on like that. But it's got a lot of production and a lot of weapon systems to add to it. Looks like they've gone straight to a ship rather than actually build any, you know, bunker structure or anything internally. So let's continue scrolling down. JKP and KNC. Now these guys we're getting quite stuck in, but we'll have to make sure that we've not just found a wrecked ship. There we go. So we're now in the KNC. So you can see they've got this massive ship here, and it is glorious when you see all the ships from different factions on the server come over. It looks like they may have a damaged ship here that's been in a little bit of a fight. We've also got this barn-like structure over here. We've got a rover. We've not seen too many rovers roaming around this server at the moment. And then we've got the various hangar structures over there. Have they extended anything to the hangar bay? Let's have a look. So no, they've still got the production and the smaller things down there. Kidnapped. What's going on in here? Oh, we've got a little black van. Interesting. That's quite a cool creation, to be honest, though. It'd be cool to see that on the Mad Aaron server if that one comes back around on the server vote. Another lovely base. Oh, hang on, did we miss something over here? We've got bunkers over here. No, we didn't. I hate missing something from someone's base. I always get someone after saying, Aaron, you know, we looked from my base, but you went right past something that I'd put in the corner. So we've got the NBS group. Let's have a look at them. So that is the large worker. Let's let everything load in. Like I said, there's so much stuff going on this server. When you join one of our LSG servers, oh, hang on, that's the same place. We've been there before. So that's just one of their internal little ships. Let's continue bumping through. So some factions have merged together. It looks like MBS are in a base with someone else. We've got some no-names. This is so the grids don't show up on the HUD. And then we'll jump to the base of operations. We'll see how big this guy is. So this is quite a cool structure by the look of it. We've got this big solar type array. It's stuck on the end of the cliff here, and they're working on this ship. Look at that. That's a lovely ship. It's got like a little bit of a blue luminous lighting. It's got a rocket pod at the front. And then we've got the solar panels here that'll probably track the sun if they're set up correctly. It looks like they are on a hinge, so they probably could track the sun if you set them on the timer blocks. Inside here we've got a little bit of production, we've got a little bit of underground facility. That ship looks like it's ready to go for the final event. It'd be nice to see it there. Let's continue on. So as this video grinds on even further, and you're probably thinking, Aaron, is there any more? Yes, there's plenty of more, and I'm just worried about missing something. So we've gone pre, let's go RAB. So there's RAB, and there's another R faction that I always get mixed up with as well. Just so much happening here. So here we go. Let's have a look at this place. Oh god, it's not looking good. It looks like there's been quite a bit of damage going on here. So RAB did this, the cool little facility. They've got a ship inside there now. Last time we looked, I believe it was half complete. They've got this little trading area. They've added, oh, is that a helipad they've added, or was that there before? You'll have to tell me if you watched the last video if there's any notable difference in some of these areas. So we've got the store there. This all looks the same. A few more ships that have been moved around. One of the ships has been undocked from in this area, and the printer is over here. There's a butcher on the left that turns the big printer welder and rotors off. Oh, very nice indeed. And a few little ships up there. Very cool little outposts. I like their little extras they put around it, like crash missiles and things that have happened. So we've got this big ship on the top here. We saw this in the last combat video. It looked absolutely awesome. Coming around the back here, we've got another large ship under construction. That's starting to look spectacular. And we've got a small one taking work with a missile launcher of death at the front. We've got a little silo back here. I like that. Maybe a missile coming from that. And then we've got some other large ships back here. So these look almost like the admin faction ones that have been converted or perhaps captured. At the back here we've got another little pit where there's some ships being stored. Yeah, some of these structures look like admin ones that have either been captured, destroyed, or something else that's been happened to them. And there's also a submarine stuck on the side here. Very, very interesting, very unusual build. So jumping back onto our grid menu, we'll go past KNC, we've past MBS. Let's have a look at. Oh, I feel like I'm going to miss some stuff. Definitely. Let's have a look at Shucks Miner. Let's have a look what's going on in this little outpost. Okay, so this is these guys. Ah, interesting. So Shucks part of this crew. Exciting indeed. It's nice to see some players returning after a little break and getting themselves stuck back in. Let's go to ICT. Wow, there's so much going on. Look at that. They are beautiful, lovely looking ships. They've got a little hangar tucked in behind it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit everyone's stuff in this video, to be honest. We've got KNC, we've seen ICT. Let's go down to TFE and see what's going on there. So TFE are the admin faction where Conrad's floating about. We like to let the admins on the server do a little bit of sort of autonomous type actions where they can get involved as much or as little as they want with the community and give them some really engaging activities to do. So this is actually a suspended pit above the lava. So this will actually be opened up in part of the final week where you'll get to battle, have some engagements, and have some more fun battling us, the admins. Anyway, let's jump back on our list. So to wrap this video up, I wanted to look at one last base. We're actually at the Zap Facility, and Zap have gone absolutely insane with their turrets, and that's probably because some of our admins like to give a good shooty shoot. So we've got rocket turrets, missile turrets, decoys all over the place. And then here in the centre, we have got the Zap ship. Very, very cool indeed. And we've got the Zap door, classic Z-shaped bunker. You can have a look around here. It's really come on quite a bit, this Zap bunker. They've got plenty of fighters preparing for the final event. It's going to be very exciting to see. Now, if you're interested in joining the LSG servers, this is the right time to do so. We are voting on our new server concept. So we give a vote to all the community members, both active and loyal and Patreons. And you can vote for what we play next. We could play an old server like Mad Max or the Civerus system. Or alternatively, we can try one of our new options. We're actually testing out something called the Arbiter, if you remember the series. But it's a PvE plus PvP, and players get to make a lot of choices in it. But I'm going to be doing another video covering that very shortly. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.